The P-41 Mustang. With its over 425 mile/hour top speed, the Mustang represented a technological advance that helped it outclass almost anything in the air in World War II. And Scott flies this as a tribute to the men and women who fought in the skies in World War II. He and his dad, Bill Yoke, spent more than 10 years restoring this airplane to better than factory new. Let me tell you a little bit about this P-51 in particular, known as Quicksilver. Every aspect of the paint scheme represents those who have served and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. The black cape covering the front of the aircraft represents the veil of protection that our armed forces give us. That veil is one of the reasons why we have the freedom we have today. As the cape extends to the back of the canopy, it spreads out and divides into feathers, symbolizing the eagle that has flown with every aviator since the birth of aviation in 1903. The black paint has tiny sparkling stars in it. Each sparkle represents an American veteran that served our great country, the unsung stars in our lives. These veterans are the glimmering star in a mother's eye, a wife or husband's heart, or a son or daughter's hope for the future. The silver ring behind the propeller spinner represents the shining halo of the guardian angel who guides service personnel, having given the ultimate sacrifice to their final resting place. The black and white stripes on the wings are there as they were on all Allied aircraft on D-Day, June 6, 1944. The stars and bars proudly displayed represent the armed forces symbol that all United States fighter planes carry. It carries the post-World War II version because Quicksilver was actually never part of a unit until after World War II. All of the bare metal of this P-51 Mustang is polished. If you look closely into the metal, you can see for whom our veterans fought. Bill Yoke, Scott's dad, an individual with a love and passion for this type of aircraft, did all of the metal work himself. The remanufactured parts are handmade. Unlike the hurried war effort parts, these are made with the skill and care of a master craftsman, and they obtain the most attention to detail necessary to restore this Mustang, as I mentioned, to a condition better than factory new. As this silver bird quickly streaks across the sky, let us not forget those who served and sacrificed and gave their all. That was the 16-point hesitation roll, done in honor of a gentleman we feel is the most beloved aviator of our time, the late Bob Hoover. It was 1940 that the British Purchasing Commission came to North American aviation and said to their president, Dutch Kindleberger, we want you to build P-40 Warhawks under license. Well, they didn't do that. They built this airplane, and it became one of over 15,000 that fought in the skies in every theater of the war. I would invite you to get your cameras ready as Scott Scooter Yoke approaches from the right with a special roll dedicated to all 5 branches of our military service. This is called the Pentagon Roll. For the Coast Guard, the Air Force, the Army, the Marine Corps, and the Navy. checked out in this Mustang when he was just 20 years old. And we think of an airplane that has the ability to fly and fight at speeds of 400 plus miles per hour with an over 14 to 1700 horsepower Rolls-Royce designed Packard built Merlin engine. And you think, gosh, a guy that young flying an airplane like that must be something. But in World War II, it was the norm. Some young men still in their teens flew combat aircraft, including George H.W. Bush, the 41st President of the United States, flew a TBM Avenger when he was still a teenager. There's the photo pass of Quicksilver.